Allow me to open this video up with a scalding hot take. Like, if this take was a bowl of soup, you'd be like, wow, that's a hot bowl of soup. That was the best analogy I had, I'm sorry. But anyways, my take is that slurs, slurs? I think slurs are bad. I think they're not very epic, right? And you might be like, Evan, you goddamn nematode, that's the common consensus. People think slurs are bad. And that's what I thought. That is what I felt as well until today when a new development came out about the Dream versus Gumball situation, which is a real situation that just left my mouth and is actually happening. It's beef between Dream, the YouTuber, and Nicholas Cantu, the voice actor for Gumball from The Amazing World of Gumball. They're beefing on Twitter because that voice actor started beefing with a fake Dream account. I made a video about this a few days ago, but I'll reiterate regardless. He started beefing with a fake Dream account, then Dream came forward like, hey, you dingbat, that's not me, and they started beefing there, and they started then arguing about who is more morally bad. Dream was talking about how Nicholas says slurs, Nicholas was calling Dream a groomer, all a bunch of just he said, she said drama. But then a video released that Dream posted on his main Twitter account today of Nicholas Cantu being extremely bigoted, like extremely terrible, just a bad person. And I'm going to show you the video, and then I'm going to complain about the fact that, for some reason, Twitter has come to the defense of Nicholas, regardless of the fact that he has been very rudely treating their Uber driver, as you'll see, and also saying slurs and being anti-Semitic and also being ableist. Like, it was crazy. And I'm just going to play it really quickly. Just give this a quick listen, and then we'll get back to you.
They're going to arrest your ass,
yeah, of course,
right? When he came back, what was the first thing he told you?
Now, I'm going to add the added context of the fact that Nicholas is currently intoxicated. Not only being drunk, but also high. That doesn't exactly feel like it alleviates everything that he had said, and you will see why in a second, but I just wanted to add that context.
He said, listen,
he said, if you get out, I'm a what? God, I was trying to tell you that before you even started talking to me.
Yeah, before I tell you,
listen to somebody who has experience in life. If I'm putting you on game, right?
Yeah.
Ooh, we got Cinema Sin number 1.
See, you still No, I'm not going.
So you're asking why
I'm not going because you're manipulating. The same thing you say you not want to do or you went through, you're doing the exact same shit. And you're using all these bullshit excuses of why you're still fucking up. So you're the type of person, you're gonna have to bump your fucking head for you to learn. So when somebody who is older than you,
all right, Cinema Sin number 2.
Tell you right now, you are Australopithecus, Cro-Magnon, rock fucking stupid. You're retarded. You're fucking Down syndrome. I don't give a fuck.
Oh, we have the ableism. Let's go.
You do not understand that your literacy level needs to be brought up from the fucking Mariana Trench, and you have a fucking issue with your intelligence. When the bites come, or the ants come at me, it'll take 10,000, 100,000 of them to take me down. So that's how minuscule you are to my size, right? My stature of intelligence, character, body, and reverence in the world.
Dude, you look like Will Byers from the season 1 of Stranger Things. Don't get too cocky.
1K is better for this pussy who doesn't want to give away his millions. Are you Jewish?
Oh, god damn it. Now we have anti-Semitism.
No, man, because I'm going to do movies, stand-up comedy, everything, all this shit. Music, whatever the fuck, e-commerce. You don't understand that you're talking to, like, a Michelangelo of my time. Right? Like, I'm a genius, Albert Einstein level history bookmaker. You're going to be forgotten like the dust in the sand when you're in the fucking Sahara and there's 100 million, 1,000 billion fucking sand particles. You're going to be one of those, and I'm going to be a statue erected in gold. So understand that. I am like this because ADHD, autism, neurodivergent.
I have ADHD as well.
Right, but because you said that's what the mask is, I think you're a alright? So that's why. You're really cool, Dream. I still want to fight you. And all of the shit that's happened tonight, it's not going to make it a fucking, like, brutal marauder. I'm not going to be a brutal marauder. I'm going to, like, literally, like, either you're going to be paralyzed or you're going to be dead. Like, I'm serious.
Wow. Now, this is a lot. There's a lot to take from this, right? Not only is Nicholas Cantu very obviously not a good person, but Dream is not a good person either. And we know this, right? First of all, Dream recorded this, and this happened a year ago. So Dream waited until he got into drama with this guy to release this video. So right off the bat, Dream, this video isn't a catch-22. You can't exactly be like, oh my god, yes, I'm good now because Nicholas was the bad guy. No, you held this video until he did something wrong. You used literal goddamn blackmail for Twitter drama. Alongside that, also recording a child, a 19-year-old who was intoxicated, not really a child, but a 19-year-old who was drunk with the intent of using this video later is really weird to me. I think that overall is really weird. But at the same time, Twitter, for some reason, is coming forward and being like, it is okay to say slurs right now. This is a completely justified situation. I think Nicholas is swag as hell for doing these things to Dream. And that's where I feel like I disagree with the mainstream crowd here, mainly because of the fact that, like, you can say that someone is wrong for doing something while also agreeing with them condemning the person they're angry at. I don't know if that made sense. You can hate two people at once. It doesn't need to be this whole picking a side thing. I feel like the internet is so focused on whose side they're on when it doesn't matter. It does not matter. It's an argument between two assholes. It is the same level of like quality as Sniper Wolf versus Azzyland. It's two reaction YouTubers fighting each other, except instead it's just two bad people arguing. You can say that they're both in the wrong here. You don't need to be like, okay, well, I'm going to justify Nicholas saying slurs because I hate Dream. But then does that mean that if, like, I don't know, if someone calls someone else a slur, but if that person they're being called a slur is generally hated by a large group of people online, that's okay? It becomes a good thing? It doesn't. It's not justified just because you have internal biases. If you're my take, I came up with this quote while I was laying in bed this morning, was if your internal biases can offset your morals, you don't have strong morals. That's just, I feel like that's not a hot take. I feel like that's a pretty valid thing to say. I mean, look at this. God damn it, they made a rap TV meme, but, like, they're trying to push the idea that it was okay that he said the slurs, but at the same time, it's not okay that it was recorded at all. I like this other meme. They're like, you recorded a 19-year-old blackout drunk with the intention of using it to ruin his career if he crossed you? Dream, you're a freak, and we know that, though. We know Dream's a freak, but now we also know that Nicholas is a bit of a freak as well. I feel like that isn't a wrong take to take away from this. And no content creators have really dived into this on Twitter because it is really scary considering the people involved are very, very intense. Because let's face it, the people who are justifying slurs against Dream because they think that it's okay because they hate Dream are more often than not ex-Dream viewers. Like, they're people who used to watch Dream, but now that he's a publicly hated figure, they've taken their extreme outrage and, like, ability to dox people whenever they disagree with them, and now have directed it towards Dream, which is honestly kind of Dream's fault. It's his own design failing against him, creating a super loyal audience that is super intense. Once they're no longer on your side, become a weapon of mass destruction. But the only content creator who's come out about this so far, and for some reason I agree with him, in this universe, like, what timeline are we in, is XQC. He made a somewhat valid take, and I'm going to play it really quickly. It's quoting a tweet where someone said, oh, so you had someone under the legal age of drinking and you decided to record him and use it as blackmail instead of being responsible, which is a valid take, but XQC follows it up with, this is what we fostered by caving into outrage, empowering false rumors and engagement baiting. Guy admits to 2 crimes while being insensitive to every group possible, and no one blinks an eye because the bias against the other person is so strong. Bozo behavior. Now, I don't fully agree with the way that he worded it because it isn't like caving into outrage. There are times when outrage is semi-valid, but I do think that when you utilize your bias as a validation for, like, that level of hate coming from a human being, it's not good. And, of course, there have been people who've come out with different reasons for why he's doing these things in the car. I think it's kind of goofy. I'm someone who is very much an advocate for mental health. I would always be someone who wants to take that kind of thing very seriously. But I'm seeing people come forward and say, like, it's a manic episode. Or, oh, he's having an episode in the car right now. Dude, he's drunk, he's edgy, and he's a teenager. That is all it is. Because when I was a young lad, I was edgy too. But I've grown up, I've matured. And maybe he's matured since then as well. He was 19, he's probably 20 now. But still, that doesn't make what he did okay. You don't have to be like, oh, but it's okay then. Just be like, okay, he did a bad thing. Dream did a bad thing. I'm angry at Dream. I'll just know that that's bad, but not pay it mind right now. At least, if you're not going to condemn him for it, at least admit that what he did was wrong. And I'm in no way siding with Dream. If anything, I think Dream is probably the worst person in this situation, purely because he's recording a drunk teenager and using it as blackmail because he got beef on Twitter with the kid. Like, Dream is a shitter. But at the same time, you can admit that Nicholas did wrong. And I think that's the main point I wanted to make, purely because so many people are missing that point. And at the same time, he's talking about, like, how he's going to have a statue erected in gold among all of us specks of sand, but he uses slurs as jokes. Like, slurs are the most low IQ level of offending someone. It is the easiest way to say something mean. This guy clearly has a very, like, complex lexicon. He has a lot of words that he knows how to use, and he's a funny kid. So use that. Because you say you're going to have a statue of gold erected in sand, but you're looking more like a speck of sand right now. I'm not going to lie. But anyways, I have talked way too long and made 2 videos now about Dream having beef with a goddamn Cartoon Network character. So I'm going to be getting out of here for now. But first, I'm going to give you guys the song of the day, which is I'm Good Love Enjoy. I heard it at work the other day on the radio, and I think it's kind of a banger. But at the same time, I want to hear what you guys think. I know that there's going to be some people who disagree with me in the comments, but this is just my take. It's just my opinion. If you disagree with me, let me know why. I'm genuinely up to hear a discussion. But that's neither here nor there. I'd like to see you around for future videos, so subscribe if you're new. Maybe like the video so you catch me on your homepage more often. And I will see you next time. I really think this is a strange situation, and I just had to add my input. But thank you guys for being here, and as always, adios, arrivederci, goodbye, good night. And it's okay to not pick a side sometimes.